Just wait 1 minute here and then we'll get started. I fell asleep watching the game last night. Not to be surprised with that, because I ate so much food. Everything was heavy. Why is XB? I mean, we must have gotten enough bounces from big names here. I'm keeping an eye. I mean, that angle of attack is concerning. Maybe that was our chance to cash in and I missed it. But AQST is still a sell target. I just want to unload a little bit here. I mean, this was an opportunity, and you're stupid not to really take it. I mean, unless your average is really high, but even then, you should be thinking about, you know, how far are we moving from these lows, which, you know, although a year ago, right? The consolidate, I mean, this is decent. The volume isn't great, right? So, but the volume wasn't great here. I mean, the duration does help us out. I mean, the good, like, you come down here and you blast off and people book some profits and then people start accumulating again. You get to a higher and then, you know, this is a great healthy setup, right? You blast up, you know, sell off, but you don't come to the same height and you just accumulate, right? So you're setting in not only a higher low, but a higher low base. So there's I mean, the volume is low, right? But then things start to like the movements. Yeah, there's some volume here, and then again, you kind of have the same idea, right? Almost the same. If you look at it here, and then look at it here, right? It's the same idea. So this looks very healthy. The problem is this, right? Which is, although not a lot of volume here, and we're kind of above the anchored volume here. So the good news is kind of how this is moved, which is you kind of get up to, you run into resistance, right? Come back down, bust into it, right? And then now you've been, I mean, I guess we're still digesting through it. And, you know, there's plenty of stuff that you can run into over the next, say, dollar. And we're trying to get into the top of the monthly Keltner, which is this dotted line here, which is kind of why I want to get rid of some, and just kind of secure the fact that we, you know, stuck with this sucker for so long. But I think it's been a solid investment long term. It's been a great something to trade for a long time. But now I think it's just de-risk the position and, you know, let's see what she can really do if she can get, oh gosh. They actually named it and I can't remember what it is now. Shoot. Well, their epinephrine oral film. It's going to bother me. I'll look it up later. Oh, VKTX just grinding up higher and higher and higher. Should have grabbed more. Should have grabbed more. Should have loaded, really. But I mean, there's Ultimune. Ultimune's fine. You know, they have theirs is interesting. They have an interesting GLP-1, but we have to wait for the the data to produce, like, say, like, yeah, these guys are much better, right? Much better, which we're waiting for. We need some data to differentiate. Now, if it's data just to say they're going to get to the market, then I don't know what the market or get onto the market, but I don't know what the street's going to react to it. They'll probably punish it because it's not, you know, like, oh, it's not as good, or it is as good, but they don't have a good commercial partner. They don't have the money to get to the market. and then they'll punish it dramatically, and then but they want obviously to get it on discount, and they'll force the company essentially to go and sell the rights off, license it, or find a commercial partner or something like that to really push it. But the thing is like, even if they were to pick up like 5-10% of the market, even if, I mean, just say 5%, it's enough to justify a much higher valuation than the company is right now. So that's what you always got to look for, right? Which is, if it's not a high momentum, high flyer with just hype around it, right? You got to find the ultra cheap, discounted, neglected stocks. Like RIGL is incredibly neglected right now. These guys have commercial products that are reporting growth. And, like, this is reality here for these guys. ESPR now has a great label. Cirrus. Growth is slowed dramatically, but still undervalued. Xeris could be massive. They have a commercial product. They're reporting growth. Omer has cash now, looking decent. There's the little retest, so this could be the so keep an eye, 350 for Omer. Reload again. Now that they have cash. Verisite. Hasn't gotten down to my level yet. Anybody else around here that's just... I guess I'll put those guys into KPTI. Dirt cheap. Oh, we have a breakout. I didn't notice that. Oh, well, you know what happened on Friday, so. All right, I'll be looking to add NVAX. Bayer. Getting a bump here, finally. I mean, it's up a little bit from the low. Nothing yet. But the bounce off the RSI is key. It's just that monthly still has a ways to go before we really have to really think about it. How's CVS looking? I know we just looked at it, but yeah, she just keeps bouncing up. I'll take this one too. So CVS, Pfizer, how we looking here? Still, look at this. Holy cow. Nuts. So nothing's changed. We are still sitting on the same watch list, guys. Let's look at Bioreactor real quick. She has some room to drop. Yeah, I guess we're going to have to hold off. and see. Yeah, she's close. Put NC on there. Insight. ISRG. Just looking heavy. You can see that that's a new one though. It's pretty strong, so we have to keep an eye on it. But you can see that there's the. That's a solid angle of attack, right? All right, so we'll stick with this. If you have any tickers that you want me to look at and get any this weekend at all compared to the last 2 weekends where I was almost flooded with them, that's, I shouldn't say flooded, but, you know, solid uptick in volume. So if you guys have anything you want me to look at, let me know. I will put the watch list in about a minute or two. In terms of like the overall market, you know, we're a little heavy this morning. We're sitting on 500. I'm assuming at some point we need to retest 500, right? We're outside the daily or outside the monthly Keltner channel. At some point, we need to pull back a little bit. I know, maybe come back down to 480 to 478. I mean, we have to come back and really test the all-time high, previous all-time high, right? So where could we, let's just put that in there now. Right, alt age. Here we go. All right, so 480 area, right? And have we done that yet? No. Yeah, we did. Shoot. How was the volume on that day? Pretty damn good, too. Shoot, I didn't realize we retested already. All right, well, maybe that was our chance. Shoot, I didn't notice that at all. Well, that's a fail. Anyway, I'll be around. Just make sure you reach out if you have anything you want me to look at. Again, probably just gonna post very similar watch list. I have a few more I'm gonna add. Nothing really on the sell side except maybe some bio boom tickers that we might want to unload a little bit because there's some healthy dividends that are so cheap right now. Jesus. Oh my gosh. All right, anyway, I'll talk to you later. I'll be around. I promise I will be doing a lunchtime because I think Monday morning typically you'll see in the market around anywhere between 10:30 to like 11:30. Yeah, 11:30 would be late. Between 10:30 and 11, you'll see the market typically flip. If it starts out low, you'll see. I mean, there's at least some sort. Now, the interesting thing is if the trend holds till around 11:30, 12, then typically, if you don't see like a 2 o'clock snap reversal, you should probably see a bleed down or a rise. So we'll just wait and see. It really comes down to about probably 10:30, 11, where we can probably make some moves here if we want to. The only ones that I would say are immediates for the open are going to be if AQST grinds any higher. Except I think she was red this morning, right? Neutral. Oh, no, she's up. So I have that already in. So I'm not going to announce it. But I'll put it into the chat room. But that's already put in. Already have that order standing already. No buy orders put in here, except I might put in some KPTI. Yeah, there it is. KPTI. Still just sitting here cheap. I do like it sitting right in this spot right now, so I'll think that's a good one. In RIGL, I'm still looking at. ESPR, should I? I don't think so. Still so cheap in my opinion. Oh, NVAX we might want to consider. It broke out, right? So, okay. So there's a few more that I might want to put some buy orders in on. And Cirrus. Okay, so there's a lot. EBS dirt cheap still. Did she break it? She did break it too. Same day that NVAX broke hers, and it's very similar looking chart in a way. Broke out, next day retested, touched this. So this is obviously this proximal anchored VWAP is got a heavy hand. You can see it, right? So once they turned that on, right, you can see that hit there, hit there, hit there, busted out, but got snapped below it, hit there, hit there. Or wait, that's when then the downtrend raise, just every day, grind, 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 grind. Now we got a little bit of a bump in volume. We got out, retested it, and then, but also tested this anchored VWAP and got snapped. So basically your big hurdle's going to be this downtrend ray, but that anchored VWAP is probably going to be the signal that the computers are going the other way. I think we even already have the start of a potential uptrend here, right? So there's that. Angle of attack still, it's about neutral, right? So this is coming down here. I would still give it to the downside as a potential, but I mean, look how we are just brutally low here. We're going to need probably a couple weeks of it just kind of maybe moving up before we start to see this monthly rise a little bit. Look how low that is, though. Holy cow. Anyway, I'll go with that. We'll put some NVAX on there. Or, sorry, EBS is another one to keep an eye on. Even if it moves up a few bucks, I'll probably unload some. It's far from being bullish. It's just the opportunity right here for a setup for just a snapback is looking pretty good. We're still, the whole daily Keltner channel's outside the monthly. It's almost inevitable once you get just a little bit of a hint. And we're seeing a little bump in volume here, too. Anyway, we'll go with that. Again, I'm sorry for the long video now. Put your any tickers in the chat, and I'll put the watch list up. Take it easy. Probably wait for the market to digest whatever they're trying to digest this morning, and wait for, say, like 10:30 to really take a look. See if the market wants to roll in the other direction.